Oh my gosh.
Everybody got belts. Well, kinda.
Dominik Mysterio is the North American champion as the Judgment Day success continues. He defeated Wes Lee on NXT this week. Let's talk about it. Ben, what do you think?
This one caught me off guard because, like, the whole time when they do title matches like this, sometimes you're like, okay, well, they're not going to let him take that title back up to the main roster. They're not going to let him do that. But I was just watching the match and, like, I was halfway, paying attention. There were shenanigans going on. But I was like, oh, yeah, Mello and Trick Williams are going to come in for the save. Like, they're going to help him out. Like, no. Like, Dominik Mysterio won the title. And I was just shocked along with everybody else. Like, I didn't think they were going to do this. And, like, some people were upset about this. They're like, this is why I hate when they do this. You got him taking an opportunity away from a young man. I'm like, he's 2 years younger than Wes Lee. Like, Wes Lee is 28. Dominik Mysterio is 26. He's not taking away an opportunity from a younger guy. He is the younger guy. And, like, I love when they infuse the main roster into NXT. Some people don't like it, but I do, because it gives you the opportunity to take that person to the main roster to show them off. So that way, when they come up a year from now, you don't have to do a whole big introduction because they already saw him a year ago and they already know and they're familiar with who that is. Like, you do your video package, but you don't have to do, like, a lot. And it gets them battle tested and ready for the main roster. Like, I like when they do that, and you're getting the views and everything, and you're showing off the title. It's great. I loved it. I don't give a fuck if anybody hated it or whatever. It's great. Wesley will be fine. This is what I said back when Jonathan Gresham got up off the ROH World Title for Claudio. You got to look at it this way. Yeah, like, he had the belt, but Dominik Mysterio was bringing more eyes. Y'all gonna eat better if he's holding the title and there are more eyes watching. You can get more money. You can get more people, like, looking at your merch. You can get more people watching your match at the Great American Bash coming up. Like, you got to think of this in the bigger picture when it comes to that.
And sometimes it's not about y'all. Shut up. We know what we're doing. All right?
I'm not feeling this. He said, you really defending this? Andy says there's no explanation for this. Why not?
There is an explanation for this, but we have a story going on. All right? There's a bigger picture of a picture that's bigger than this. And do we also have to use NXT? Damn right.
Like, also, like, I completely agree with you, Ben. Like, Wesley, the longest reigning North American champion at this point. Record-breaking reign. He had great matches. They've been highlighting him for like a year and a half. After Zachary Wentz left, we knew that Wesley was this good. We knew that Desmond Xavier was this good. We didn't know how they were going to push him, how they were going to perceive him, how they were going to, spotlight him, and they've done well with it. So, like, I saw all the complaints about it, and it was like, and then I saw somebody like, oh, the Titan Tower saw all the fun that the black people were having this weekend with all the wins, and they said, no, not today. And I'm like, now I feel like we're doing too much, because it's like, bruh, title, record-breaking reign, he lost to somebody that's super over right now. Like, it's not going to hurt him. I don't think that this hurt him.
And he was
protected. Took 4 people to beat him.
Exactly. He was protected in that sense. Like, it was shenanigans going on. Like, it wasn't like he just straight up lost to Dominik Mysterio. He always has that card to play. Like, oh, you cheated. I want a rematch. Like,
and we have another story going on, and this makes our other story better. Like, if we're going to use the main roster in here, then we got to let some main roster niggas win then, right? Like, it's kind of how it works.
And then, like, what if they do the triple threat? Dominic, Wesley, Mustafa.
Yo, he jinxed my man too, though. He was like, man, don't lose. Bye, nigga. and then we went out there and lost. I was like, sheesh.
It was crazy, man. It was definitely crazy. But I mean, like y'all said though, this is continuing the build of what they're doing with the Judgment Day, right? Everybody's like, oh, like all these reports are coming out. They really love the Judgment Day. They really love the Judgment. Like, no shit. Like, you don't think we can see that? They always on TV. They got 17 segments. They got 17 and a half t-shirts. Like, what are we talking about? Like, duh. Of course they like the Judgment Day. They're doing great.
Like the word going right now, I think Dave Meltzer had reported it, is that Triple H is viewing this as the successor to the Bloodline, like in terms of like a longevity in a story and a story that has to deal with a faction. Like this is going to take over in that regard. And I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Like at the beginning, they were kind of shaky. And it was kind of like, okay, well, what are we doing? But now I think they have a firm grasp on like, okay, we know what we're doing, because they were kind of like toggling back and forth between like, okay, are we supernatural? Are we spooky niggas? Like what is it? Like when like now they finally like they found their footing. They're doing great, and I'm loving it. Like keep on.
Give it something some time, man. Sometimes I was very like I remember we was on that line.
Like it did take them it did take them a little bit to get to where they are now. Like I'm not gonna say that criticism wasn't valid at the time that it was delivered, but they stepped up. They took the parts where like they were like, okay, well, like the Dominik Mysterio at the beginning, like CJ said, we were on his line. Like this man was like, he wasn't like it at the time, and like. I know they've had people backstage probably talking to him, telling him like, okay, this is what you need to do more of, this is what you need to do less of. But he also has the blessing of being able to look on social media and seeing like, okay, these people don't like this, they like this. And he turned up the parts that they didn't like to 100 just to piss off the crowd. And I got to say, it's been good shit so far. Like he's really good at this, man. Like he's really like stepped into the shoes and he's filling them out.
It's almost like it's like it's in his blood or something.
Almost.
Like, yo, everything happens for a reason. Wesley is going to be just fine. Like, goodness gracious, like, god damn, man, you can't have nothing. All you guys do is complain. Like shit.
After I just complained for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, listen, sometimes you gotta get your shit off. Like, I get it, yo. There's certain stuff that I don't like, that I don't rock with. So, like, it's all a matter of opinion, and it's all about views and clicks. And Dom gets views and clicks.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I don't know what else to tell you guys. I really don't know what else to tell you guys. Yeah, for sure. To see, and people are thinking, okay, so what if this is something like he moves up in the rankings, like, you know what I'm saying, push him up, boom, boom, boom. What does Andre say right here? Solo Sikoa won the North American title, had to give up the belt when he got to the main roster yet. That def ain't gonna happen with Dominic. Folks have pointed that out, and they have a point. Here's the thing. Let's go ahead and kill that right now. The title was stripped from Solo because the match that Melo was supposed to have that night was with Wes Lee for the title. Solo jumped the line. Melo accepted the match anyway. The next week or 2 weeks later or whatever it was, you feel me?
And they already pointed it out, saying like, okay, well, Shawn Michaels didn't sanction this match, so you got to give up the belt. This was a sanctioned match. It was a planned match. It was something that was approved. Yeah, so they already like cut that off. So
sorry.
Like, the belt is gonna get some shine on Monday Night Raw. It's gonna be like showing off to a new audience. Like, be happy for the belt.
Oh man, no, we're getting something else. Like, you guys act like you're tired of the bloodline, but then you don't want another story to happen. You don't, like, goodness gracious, man. Like, you just have some fun, people. It's wrestling.
Purple City Bird Gang is hilarious. I'll hold you.
Splash.
Right. Yeah, Sean said, hit that like button, man. We'd appreciate it, man. It definitely helps. It really does.